Hey Rhinos! Welcome back to another 99 Nights in the Forest video. Uh, yeah, let's hop straight into it. Yeah. So are just doing the regular basic stuff to start. I had no idea that this would become my best run ever. Not gonna spoil how many days we got though. But it didn't take long for me to see something missing in the leaderboard. Or at least when I'm editing, I saw it missing. Before I could even place down my first map, the king is here 6 already left. And yeah, it took me quite a while to realize this, so I won't even bore you with waiting there. That well, here we did the usual grind, and by day 1 we were already at a 2x multiplier. I was exploring the volcanic biome a little bit to get some loot as usual, cause on the first night deer doesn't attack. So then we had a lot of food and stuff. And we were looking pretty good for the first day. I was assuming we'd get at least 40 days. And boy, was I right. After a little while, we headed back to camp for the next night. And, my friend Light Stars, the next kid. So, yeah. Now we're at now we have a pretty stacked base. I mean, 3x multiplier on day 2, technically, is crazy, honestly. But, yeah, we had to keep grinding, to keep going. My friend got a tactical shotgun from the chests. Crazy. By now we were absolutely stacked. Then I got a rifle. Told you. Absolutely stacked. Then I found this water tower, which I've never really gone up before. So I went up it, and before I could even think, I realized that it was nighttime, nearly. So I had to stay up there, but at least the deer and ram can't get up there. Or so I thought. Anyways, my friend Zen upgraded the crafting bench. Some to him. I'll link his channel in the description. So will I. The king is here 6, even though he barely did anything for this. But after I looted this chest, it started to rain, which I assumed was bad since we didn't have too much fuel at the moment. And since I already had an iron body from a previous chest, I just left this leather body down here. Even though I tried to bring it up for my teammates, but that didn't really work out. Yeah, but then I decided to just head down, camp out for the night, which was only about a minute long from now. But then some wolf climbed up the entire water tower. I started to run, hoping it would get stuck, but it didn't get stuck. So I had to start using my ray gun on it, and I jumped off the water tower, heading straight for the fire. And then the aliens got summoned, and the deer was right behind me. I was like, I can't die on day 2. That's just crazy. So I kept going. I kept going. Finally, making it back to the campfire. I could see that we were already getting pretty low on flame. So I tossed a couple coals in, and we continued on for this playthrough. Now I was already heading out to go get to the aliens, because there was only 10 seconds left in night. My friends followed, and we headed to get to the aliens. Headed to get the alien gear and stuff. My friend Zen at this point still only had an old axe, so we had to find him a weapon, that was for sure. I got a laser sword in the first alien ship, and then we continued on. I had to take down most of the aliens because, I mean, come on. I have a ray gun, I have alien class they have ray guns. They're alien class, I guess. So it was a pretty fair 1v1. So yeah, now we head into the next alien ship. I was seeing this interesting sandwich down there eat. Gave me quite a bit of hunger though. And then I got this ray gun, which I knew my friend would be very happy about. And then I saw the mothership. We are not doing that today, guys. But yeah, I headed to a nearby loot area to open a chest. And then the alpha wolf attacked me from behind. But it's okay. I have a laser sword. I just fought them off. And yeah, I opened the chest. My friend got his ray gun. And I planted berries. I mean, come on. My friend gets tactical shotgun and I'm getting berries over here. It's just crazy. Anyways, soon enough, it's on a roll. I was getting loot left and right, like this broken microwave, which gives the most metal of anything in this entire game. Then I headed to another ship, which had nothing in it because someone had already relooted it. Then I headed back to the fire because, I mean, it was getting close to night already. I tried to kill these cultists on the way, but when I got really low, I had to run. I mean, really low. I doubt you can even see the sliver of a red line I had back then. I couldn't die on day 3, so I just rushed back to the base and waited for night to come. To be honest, I shouldn't have hurried because there's still time left. Anyways, I sped up this part 'cause it was mainly just us on the grind. Now we had alien corpses there, which I was waiting to see if we could sacrifice the volcano, if we ever got that far. Then our first attack began, and we quickly took out the cultists with our amazing teamwork and dropped them in the pile of bodies. Now I went to go get the second kid since I have ray gun and laser sword, so it wasn't gonna be too hard. I grabbed some loot on my way, fought off the alphas, and got the kid. This was obviously a good progression because I haven't really gotten the third kid at all during my time in 99 Nights. So, as I headed down there, I was proud. Me and my friends were finally doing something useful. I mean, gaming wise. But yeah, it was gonna be a very hard playthrough. That was for sure. And to be honest, this recording was actually about an hour long. I chopped it down to 21 minutes. That's why there's so many parts that were sped up or something like that. But here I got a bunch of coal, which was nice because, I mean, coal is just essential. I mean, other than fuel canisters. But fuel canisters aren't just everywhere, so I had to take these. And since we didn't make an oil drill at all during this, we didn't get any oil either, which now I realize was a very stupid move on our end. I finally found an armor shed, and lo and behold, ton of revolver ammo. If only I used this a little more later on, probably would have survived longer. But anyways, night was approaching again, and I headed back to base. But now we were getting pretty stacked and pretty confident. But soon enough, this would fall into a crazy, crazy descent. Well, now let's do a quick montage of the next few minutes of grinding. I cannot snap. Now, almost at day 30, we had our first death. Not even a couple minutes later, the same message would flash on my screen. Just watch. I barely managed to clutch killing all these cultists, and by now our other friend Light Stars had left, along with his tactical shotgun. I mean, come on, man, you couldn't even dropped it? Yeah, he crashed out while we were on call because my friend Zen was rage baiting him. Can't do anything about it. But anyways, I started to get really desperate for food, and this is when I realized we really needed that crock pot. Then me and my friend noticed that there was literal bodies just floating around. Like, have you guys ever seen that bug? Cause kind of weird. The deer was hungry that night, so we couldn't really go out. But then I headed to go get the next kid, got distracted, and it ended up fighting off a church mob so we could get more bandages and stuff like that. By the end, I was drained and didn't have enough HP to go get the next kid. So instead, we looted some more before heading back to the camp for the night. Of course, this was not going to be easy. The next cultist attack was the night right after this. And sure, we were heading into the 40s, and by now we'd already beaten Zen's previous record, which was 33 days. Mine was 43, so now we were gonna beat mine too. Yeah, just like that, both of our records have been beat. So I was pretty content, even if we did lose here. Next, I got the next farm plot and the crock pot, and finally got to making stews, which was so satisfying. But then it began to rain and thunder, so we had to get as much wood as possible. I went out looking for fuel because I knew we'd be cooked without it, and sure enough, we'd looted nearly the entire map that was discovered. So I didn't have much luck and eventually headed back to campfire due to low hunger. Then I ate a stew and still wasn't really enough. I got wood rain storage, logs. The campfire went out for the first time. By now we were getting desperate because night just came, and we were getting attacked. It was not looking good. Using bandages and the power of running, we somehow managed to last half the night. I took shelter inside of a cabin, almost, until I had the outrageous ideas to just fight off the entire horde. What was I thinking? Using my rifle and my revolver, I took out most of the horde. Then I started using my ray gun until Alpha Wolf nearly killed me. Then I got super low, had to use a bandage, and ran back to the fire, which was barely surviving at this point. I hit this Alpha Wolf by accident, which continued to chase me down till we finally hit day 50. A great achievement. But now we had to kill all the rest of the cultists. After a second clutch, we threw all the empty corpses into the fire, and it still had gone out. We felt we were cooked at this point, but there wasn't much we could do about it. All we could do was kill all the cultists, hide away, and try to revive this dying fire. Which is just what we did. Again and again. We tried to find coal, tried to find fuel, but it just wasn't happening. Then I stumbled upon the alien ship again, but I was hungry. Finally, I found a blessed piece of coal, which was just amazing. But it didn't do much as it turns out. Then I literally starved to death. Yeah. Not one of my brightest moments, but at least I hit a nice pose. Sorry. Yeah, but now I had to wait for my friend to get me. Yeah, I just sat there awkwardly waiting for my friend to come, which was honestly just sad. Like, sad. Um, Eventually, my savior popped up in sight, and he came for me after reviving the fire, barely. And I had to absolutely debate with him about this because I was like, you need the coal. I mean, come on, man. Yeah, the coal didn't do much for our dying fire. And then we saw our first and last glimpse of the ram because shortly after this he vanished, never to be seen again. But thankfully, at least I got my berries and my medkit. Soon enough, I headed back to the fire and tried to relax for the minute that was left in the night. After all, there wasn't much we could do. But with such low fuel, I knew that we needed a biofuel processor by now. And it's pretty obvious. And then the deer came after us, which is just disgusting. I mean, come on, deer. Give us a break, bro. But, no. He wasn't gonna do none of that. Instead, I had to hide in the fishing shack while watching this weirdo watch over me the entire night, just begging to come in. A good little boy. But soon enough, morning dawned, and we were at day 56, only one night away from hitting 60. So I knew we had to survive. We didn't have any fuel, but we did have enough metal to make a biofuel process. So we quickly made that, mined logs all day, and put it straight into the processor so that we could make fuel. This worked pretty well because we were at 20 fuel now. But rain had to hit again. And soon enough, I started building a shelf wall because of the attacks that were usually happening. But I quickly realized that we did not have nearly enough blueprints. So I headed off to search for more metal, which I thought would maybe help. Hint, it didn't really help. But, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. That's what I told myself as I wasted all of my time trying to find metal that didn't seem to be finding me. So, as I went to revive my friend who had died again, come on, bro. Lock in. Thought. Now we're at day 62. We were only a couple tens of days away from hitting 100 days. Literally less than 40. Which is not that much. But of course, the attacks would get worse, deer would come more often, and it wasn't going to get any easier than it already was. So as I finally found alpha wolf corpses in a fuel canister, I felt blessed. These would be a game changer to me and my friend. I hurried back to our campfire as the attackers headed towards us, and then I quickly got ready for battle. Getting my laser sword out, I quickly chopped down some of the crossbow guys, till I became hungry and had to go out to eat berries in the middle of this intense fight. Of course, at least my friends came too. And yeah, Zen died again. My friend is not very good at 99 nights in the forest. I had to hide in the metal shelf until bang. A couple days later, we were sitting on top of storage, like just like a day ago. waiting for the morning to come, waiting to go revive Zen again. And of course, the deer was right under me, trying to grasp me, but couldn't quite. So, as I continued to wait and wait and wait, it began to rain and thunder. I didn't think much of it, other than the fact that our campfire was already dead, so it couldn't really affect us. But thunder is a very big word that I forgot about. So, as soon as morning came, I assumed I was good. We'd hit 70 days. I was just gonna grab some metal before going to save Zed. Yeah, boy, was I wrong. I'm so done, bro.